Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Robbie's Backstage Bants. Today I'm joined by Jon-Scott Clark. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm really, really good. How have you been coping with all of your, the lockdowns and things like that?
I've been all right, to be fair. It's getting a little bit tedious now, but
Yeah,
I've been all right. Trying to keep busy. Certain points of lockdown when certain tiers have like freed up and stuff, I've been able to do a little bit of
yeah,
work. But when we're in this kind of lockdown, I can't do anything other than do a bit of workout, do a bit of fitness, play a bit of FIFA, and go for a walk. That's
yeah.
about
That's
it.
about it, isn't it? Yeah, there's not much else we can do at the minute, but
No.
hopefully we can get some sort of theatre back
Fingers
this year.
crossed
Come
soon.
on,
Yeah, fingers crossed
come
soon.
on.
Yeah.
Hoping for it this year. So the first couple of questions I've got for you about how you got to where you are. So
Sure.
the first question is very vague. Answer it how you will. What is the journey of how you got to where you are today?
I started acting in a local youth theatre, St Ives Youth Theatre, from where I'm from. Um, so started doing a bit of that just after school. Then I started doing the odd dance classes here and there because I used to dance around the house. So my mum sent me to a little jazz class, and then decided to go to the dance school that my sister went to, which was called Norma Theatre School, Norma School of Dance. Sorry. Did that when I was going through secondary school and then I started ballet about a year later
All right.
to help my football because it helps with your footwork and
Yeah.
stuff like that and jumping and all sorts, and getting pretty good at football. And then I didn't get signed by anyone, didn't get picked up, so I
Oh,
went down the route of performing arts, where did a foundation course at Stageworks in St Neots in Buckinghamshire, and then at Bedfordshire, sorry, and then I went to Lane Theatre Arts, and then since then just been doing jobs after job.
it's amazing. And you have done some incredible shows and jobs. So I look forward to getting into them. So you mentioned football. Is that what you were planning on originally going down? Is that the route you wanted to do?
Yeah, like a lot of people that like football when they're growing up, always would love to do it because it's just something we enjoy doing and playing, and I enjoyed playing anyway. And yeah, of course, I would have loved to have done that, but I was never gonna. You look at the people now, like growing up, I was a deluded little kid thinking I was gonna be able to be a footballer when
Yeah.
I wasn't in a club system. I hadn't been training like every day, you
Yeah.
know. Just think, you go into it and it doesn't
But it
quite
doesn't
work
quite
that
happen
way.
like that. No. But the same with musical theatre. I mean, it's not an easy route, is it really, musical theatre? It is
It's not,
quite,
no, not at all. But I sort of fell into it because of just what I was naturally sort of good at,
yeah,
and it sort of just lent into my strengths really, and I
definitely.
sort of that's how you discover what you should really be doing as a job, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. It's about finding your passion, isn't it, really, more than anything?
yeah, absolutely.
Um, so now we're just going to sort of jump on to a bit of a chat about your career. Now, there is a lot to get through, but this is where you sort of take the lead. You talk about things that you enjoyed in the experience and however you want. So the first thing, Mamma Mia. These might not be in order, but Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Uh, my mere first job,
First
well, second
job.
job from college, but first big tour.
Yeah,
Um, it was a great show. Met some great people on it, great friends, and just a real nice like introduction to the world of musical theatre.
yeah.
And I did the international tour, so I got to see some really cool places. So
Oh,
and
really?
without that show, I wouldn't have found my agent as well.
Oh, good.
So
I bet it was a good job. So you played,
I was the ensemble, and I covered Pepper.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's cover role. So that was your first big job and you're on a cover role? How did you find that for the very first time?
I thought it was all right, to be honest, because Pepper's not a big part. It was good. It was good fun, and I actually sort of got thrown on. Uh, yeah, we had a matinee, and one of the lad playing Pepper, Stephen, was um, he had a little bit of an injury, and so they took
Oh,
me to the first show to teach me. Oh no! They brought me in earlier just to go through it all because we hadn't been rehearsing that much, and just to go through the show. So before the show, I ran through everything just in case I was on the next day.
mhm.
And then when the show went up, they took me off the show to watch it just so I could watch his track.
Yeah.
I think I had to go on. We were watching. I think we were watching second act. I don't think it was first act. We were watching the second act, and I met Ian, who was our resident director, just disappeared.
Oh,
I was like,
where's
"Where's he gone?"
Yeah.
I come backstage after the show and was like, "Hey guys, great!" Like, it's a matinee. I was like, "Oh, great! Well, great show!" And they're all huddling around. I was like, "Who died?" And they're like, "No, you're on." And I was like, "What?" I was sat watching the
You're the
Mega
last one to find out.
Tell me. So yeah, I just went on that night for the first time, which was crazy.
Oh,
I
amazing.
really started learning it that day. Obviously,
Yeah.
learned it in rehearsals and stuff like that, and watched
Oh,
it,
yeah.
but
But
never actually one-to-one
yeah.
rehearsal.
Wow. I mean, that does sound like an experience. So the
Yes.
next thing, Shrek, one of my absolute favorites. Shrek, love it.
Yeah, I loved it. What a great show.
So
Great
much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorites, really, just because of how fun it was and
Yeah.
years and everything. It's not trying to be anything it's not, you know.
No.
It's Shrek. So
Shrek.
people come in, they were like, "Oh, it wasn't the best bit of theatre." I was like, hey, where are you? Like, it's Shrek the musical. What have you gone to see?
You aren't at Hamilton. We're at Shrek.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you sing a 7-foot green man sing, like, get over it.
Exactly. And I mean, the songs in that show are incredible, and the costumes as well. I love the costumes in that show.
Yeah, so my Peter Pan one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Although it originally had like this acorn leaved hat on it. It was pure leather, and it was so heavy, and it was just attached to my wig, and they wanted me to tumble and head nod. And I just kept saying, Peter Pan had like a felt hat, right? Like, just tiny little felt hat would have been fine, because you can stitched into the wig, been fine. No, this massive acorn thing that's meant to do that, and it pulls your wig off. And I was like, I can't tumble in it. So every time in previews, I just threw it off. Every time until they got it, because I was just like, I can't do anything in it.
Can't do it.
No, but my costume was designed. The guy who designed my costume, I can't actually remember his name, but he had designed something for Lady Gaga, which was pretty cool.
Oh wow, that is quite cool.
Of all the costumes, mine was really restrictive. There's nothing to it, and it was so tight around here. I was like, why?
Why have you done this?
Why is this not elasticated? It's meant to be Lycra, and it wasn't. They were just like
supposed to be Peter Pan, the boy who didn't grow up, and
wearing a corset, some sort of leaved corset.
Leaved corset. Well, there's your resemblance to Lady Gaga, then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we had. So, what was your favorite part about that job?
West End original company, first West End show, and it was just a good laugh, to be honest. Like, you didn't have, when you were on stage, you didn't have time to think about anything else.
No.
Because it was so quick, so here, you're so in it, you're so this, that, and the other, and we just had a good laugh. We all just had fun with it. Yeah, exactly. I just loved it. It was great fun.
It is great. Next show, Barnum.
Yes, Barnum. So I was actually meant to be doing, before Shrek, I was meant to be doing Starlight. Express, but then Shrek came up as an audition, so I went for that, and my agent went, well, you've got Shrek, so Barnum or Starlight, or like Starlight, Bockham, or West End. I was like, I'll go West End, I think.
Yeah.
So and then when leaving Shrek, I was meant to leave Shrek and do Cats tour, but couldn't leave because I covered Pinocchio at the time, and I was the only cover left in the building, so I wasn't allowed to leave.
Oh.
But then Barnum was what a great summer we had. It was just absolutely insane. It was bonkers. It was incredible. But I'm so glad it didn't transfer to the West End.
Oh, really?
I was a swing on it, and I would have been dead. I was dead after 6 weeks, and I uncovered everything. Covered the acro, the stilt walking, the rope climbing.
Oh, dear man!
The carrying people on the shoulders, parts of the sick, like just everything. And it was just, you were doing I think with Spanish web. It's a rope. Some person's at the bottom doing this with a rope, and you're at the top strapped in, and you're holding out to the side, legs outside, above the audience, while singing "Join the Circus."
Oh, nice.
And then you had to slide down once you finished, stand in the middle of the aisle, and shout. Well, you were meant to sing, but at that point you were so out of breath. You had to sing "Circus" into people's faces, like, and you're like, oh, it was hard work. It was hard graft, but we had a great summer.
They wouldn't let you do that in the COVID times, though.
I couldn't do that now. No, we'd
Yeah.
have to stay on
You're
stage.
breathing on people too much.
Yeah, they can bring
Can't
it
do,
back. I'll do it now then.
yeah,
Yeah,
you go and do it, so you can't do that part.
yeah, exactly.
Either that or they make you wear a mask while you're doing it. That would be more hard.
That'd be all right. You can't hear me. When I sing. Yeah.
Can't do it. The mask on. Miss Saigon.
Yeah, great.
Bring it
Yeah,
back.
really good.
Bring
So
it.
we left Barnum. We found out Barnum was closing. We're not transferring, sorry. So we were closing.
Yeah.
And because it's Cam Mack that was cast for Barnum, and Cam Mack was cast in Miss Saigon, they managed to get us in to the auditions.
Oh wow.
So yeah, we had sort of like an in route there. It was quite nice. Like Jeff Garrett choreographed it. Come to see Barnum a few times and stuff. So it was quite.
All right.
We found out that when I was leaving Barnum, I was going to go into Miss Saigon 6 months later. So it was quite nice to know I had that. So in between that, I did the Cinderella movie and the Birmingham Panto as well.
Wow.
I just thought it was as like fillers. So it was quite.
You definitely need to bring Miss Saigon back.
Oh yeah, what a great show! I don't think it will happen probably for another 10 years or so, because they did the tour and they brought it back. Did a revival. It'd have to have a massive big rejig to be more impressive than it was at my time around.
Definitely. I mean, the helicopter.
They got the DVD and stuff, and it's been at it like it's probably had its day unless they can actually get a helicopter to come in. So
that would be pretty good.
I mean, Cameron's got one, so I don't see why.
Just needs to get the theatre to let him fly it in.
Yeah, just open roof.
Oh, but yeah. I mean, it will happen in the future. So you can just see it happening now, can't you? Cameron McIntosh, the first man to fly a helicopter into a building. Yeah,
exactly.
There we go. That's if that happens, we've called it. We've claimed that now. We need royalties.
He's listening, don't we? He's got ideas.
He did, yeah. So you mentioned the Cinderella movie. That's incredible.
Yeah, that was cool. Same team as Shrek, with like the directors.
All right.
Choreographer. So it was Rob Ashford choreographing it and our resident choreographer Pip Jordan was assisting him. So that's how I got in that way for that. Oh. So it was quite nice. They're quite loyal. That you just sort of get a phone call with them, people they've worked with before. Sometimes there's an audition just that's for some holes they got to fill, but if they can fill it with people they know, they'd rather do that, to be honest. So
yeah, and it was quite a big movie as well.
Yeah, it was massive. Like, it was really good. I mean, you can't see me in it, but I've loved it. So that ballroom.
The thing is, you were there, so
I'm in the credits. You can see me at certain points. You can see me at certain points, but not really.
Yeah, well, your name's there. That's your claim to that.
Exactly.
You don't have to tell anyone that you can hardly see you. Well, I was in the Cinderella movie.
I've been tagged in a few posts. And I'm like, that's not me. That's Ben.
It's not me.
But no, that's not me. No.
Wrong one. No, I didn't play Cinderella. Sorry.
My partner did not have a gold dress. She had a purple dress, and I had a handlebar tash, not a full beard. So that's not me. I'm about 4 inches shorter than him. So yeah, not me.
You weren't playing the mice neither. That wasn't you. No. And another musical that you did, both the movie and the show, is of course Cats.
Cats, yeah, of course. I was like, what's that one? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty crazy. The musical, I've always wanted to sort of tick it off the bucket list.
Yeah.
Because I got it before and had to turn it down because I couldn't leave the show. I sort of always wanted to do it again. And then I just had a knee operation during my second knee operation during Miss Saigon. I had one before when I was at college, and then I had my left one done when I was in Miss Saigon. So I'd had some time off, and then when I come back to sort of full fitness, Cats came about, and I was like, I don't know if it's beyond me because of my knee now, or knees, should I say. But I felt good. I felt, and I started auditioning for it, and I was like, I feel good about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave Misogon and I'm gonna pursue whether I get cats or not. And in the end, I managed to have a choice, which was nice. It was either Mamma Mia or Cats, so it was quite nice. So I decided Mamma Mia in town for a year playing Eddie, or Cats in Blackpool Palladium for 5 months. I was like, and I just tick it off. Yeah, Cats.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah. It's like, it's like a checklist, Mamma Mia, been there, done that,
From that, I've not played Eddie, so that would have been nice. It would have been
Yeah.
fun. But I was like,
But
6 months,
Cats,
5 months to do Cats. I mean, I prefer Mamma Mia as a show. That I'm not going to lie to do. Cats was my favorite show to do, but it was just one that I wanted to tick off.
yeah.
And I got away with murder because I was the tumbler. I was like, oh, I've got to have this because from when I tumble, and I need to do that because when I tumble, and can't wear those shoes because when I tumble, and I was like, yeah, and because I wasn't the ballet dancer, they never watched me, so I was like, great. I got a note once, nice tumble. I went, oh, you saw,
Nice tumble.
you saw, okay, cool, great.
Right, Inga, you were watching. Nice.
You watched me? I don't point my feet. What do you mean?
Yeah. And then obviously you got the movie.
Yeah, then the film, it was crazy. I was that's from Andy Blankenbuehler from Hamilton. I got a text from his assistant on a Friday. I was asleep on my in-laws sofa. I've got a text on a Friday saying, "Oh, Andy wants to email you. Can I have your email?" And I first of all I was like, "Who this?" But I was like, he told me who. Obviously, I didn't say who that was. Who's this? But I was like, "Yeah, sure, fine." Then when I got the email, I was like, "Oh, now I know who we are."
That Andy.
And yeah, Andy Blankenbuehler emailed me and was like, "Oh, I might have a position for you in Cats starting Monday for a couple of weeks. Do you want the movie?" I was like, "Do you want to come on in?" And I was like, "I am doing nothing. I've just had a food tasting at my wedding venue. Yes, because it's going to be expensive. I need that money." So yeah, I was like, I started that Monday.
Oh wow.
So,
That's
I started that Monday. Yeah, and I was meant to be there 2 weeks, and I was there 5 in the end.
Oh really?
Yeah, which was quite nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you can actually be seen in this one.
You can see me in this one briefly. I was only in like little bits here and there filling in, but yeah, I was actually I was in the main ball mainly. That's what I was filling for, and I was a bit in Skimbleshanks as well. And like 1 second of Rum Tum Tugger.
Wow.
Where like literally 1 second. That's it. I went in. Jason Derulo went over my back, and that was it. And I was like, "All right,
Okay.
that will I do."
Is that me? Done?
Is that all I have to do? Like, yeah. And they're like, Jon-Scott, can you just come stand there? It's like, yeah, sure. Can you just stand there? Yeah, fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I was one of the last people to join and one of the last people to leave.
Oh.
Which was, yeah. I think everyone else was over it, tired. They were like, this guy's new. He can be a cat, little shadow that runs by. Yeah, that'll be fine.
There we go. Yeah. I mean, that was an interesting film, to say the least.
Cats is an interesting show. It's an interesting concept.
It is.
You take, if you like it, you'll like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, that's how it's always been. That's how it will always be.
Yeah, it's Marmite.
I don't get when everyone's like, "Oh, it was rubbish. It's not groundbreaking." Like, you do like the musical? And they're like, "No." I was like, "Well, why are you gonna like the film?
Why did you watch it?
Like, why are you gonna like? Obviously, it's crazy. Obviously, it's mental. There's people playing cats.
It takes a while to get used to, but once you've got used to it, I think you know, it's really great. Yeah. Like, it's magical almost to see what they've done with.
Let's say that the story of Cats anyway is very thin.
It is.
The film actually gives it a little bit more clarity.
It does. A
little bit more clarity.
Yeah. And then people are like, oh, "How do you make a film?" Because there's no story. They made more story. Just give the film the benefit.
You know, they beefed it out because, believe it or not, that story does exist within the production.
It's there.
Yeah,
it's there. It is. And then obviously you mentioned Hamilton. Just that.
Yeah, he goes repping. Yeah, Hamilton was cool. Hamilton was crazy.
I had to come dressed prepared,
Yeah. So Hamilton was, it was really cool. That was really, yeah.
I mean, it took the world by storm, didn't it, really?
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected that I'd get the audition, to be fair. I was doing West Side Story in Salzburg.
All right.
And a lot of the people on it that were like, "Oh yeah, I want to go for Hamilton, go for Hamilton." And I was like, "Cool, guys, have a great audition process. Like,
Enjoy.
hope you do really well." Knowing I'm never going to be up for that show, go in for it, wet, not me at all. I was working with Karen Olivo, who was on West Side Story, who was Anita on Broadway, and she was in Hamilton in Chicago as well.
All
And
right.
I was talking to her about it, and she was like, "Yeah, cool, yeah." I was like, and then when I got an audition, I went, "Karen, I'm in for Hamilton. Like, well, any tips?" And she was like, "Just listen to the details." So
Listen closely.
Siri thinks I'm talking to.
You had a good time.
And yeah, I ended up going in very late. They had like a round after Christmas that they'd done boot camps, they'd done endless auditions, boot camps,
Wow.
workshops, whatever. And then I went in for like an extra boost. And then ended up getting the show, which was crazy. I did 3 days of like intense auditions.
Wow.
And then ended up getting it. It was like, cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a show that a lot of people want to be in.
It's a hard show. It's a beast.
Yeah. It does seem quite hard. I mean, you know, it's on now on Disney Plus, so everyone can watch it, but it's a masterpiece, you know. It's definitely up there in my top.
Obviously the Broadway company is incredible. It's remarkable. But from watching that, and just in comparison to the West End to the Broadway company, of how hard the West End company work to keep the level of standard of performance up, it's just immense. Like,
You feel there was a lot of pressure on you guys doing that?
Yes and no, because it's actually quite a selfish piece of theatre. So it's not to perform out and smile and you know, it's all very much, we either perform internally to like for ourselves, we have to internalize the thought process, not really project it out as such, because it reflects through the movement when we're dancing, or we are just portraying someone else's thought process. So that is just really much our energy is honed in on Burr, like for room. So or wait for it. It's all on him, and all our energy is going to him. It's not going forward. So it's quite selfish in that way. It's quite self-indulgent, but really powerful. But I think that's what helps with the power of it.
Definitely.
Well.
And obviously there's the link with Lynn over to Mary Poppins Returns.
So Mary Poppins Returns was filmed before Hamilton.
Before Hamilton.
Yeah, it was before. So I found out I was doing. So actually, we had rehearsed Mary Poppins Returns before Christmas. Then I auditioned for Hamilton. Then we filmed. Yeah. So yeah, that was crazy. So I was on set, and Johnny, one of the lads who did Mary Poppins and did Hamilton too, he came in, and we were on set one day, and he was like, and Lynn was there, and we're like, "Oh yeah, we're both doing Hamilton, by the way." Johnny was one of those people who was like, Johnny Bishop. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing Hamilton." Not like literally just to me, and I'd turn around, like, "Guys, Johnny's doing it too!" Like, because he's not meant to tell anyone. But I was like, "Come on, man!" It was his first person they joined. I knew it was his first, but he was like. And I was weird. I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "Leon, you heard about Johnny?" I'm like, literally just shouting about it. And I was like, "No one cares. Get over it." Lynn, we're doing your show. Yeah, cool, great. Which was wicked. So I got to work with him. Then I got to work for him. But when he came into tech, it was like really nice. Came to say hello.
Oh, really? I was gonna say, was he like sort of sociable with you guys? And
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he's really nice guy. A nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really lovely as well. Really
Definitely.
Lovely.
I mean, a great film as well. I love that one. You've been in some incredible films. Not only some.
I've done all right. Well, we ignore cats, but it was. Mary Poppins Returns is like, it was a dream come true, to be honest, because the first film was like a favorite of mine growing up.
Yeah.
Like I can't even remembering it being a favorite. It's just my mum telling me. You know, it was like, it was such an iconic film for me, and then just being part of the sequel and being like the equivalent of the Chimney Sweeps was just mind blowing. Just like brilliant.
Definitely something like you're probably, you know, and you can see yourself in that one too.
You can. You can. I'm in a few. Yeah.
You're in there too. So like, you know, these things, you're out there forever now, you know?
That's it.
Because Mary Poppins Returns, I suppose, is for some maybe younger people, is the first maybe experience they got of Mary Poppins. I don't know for sure, but for some people, be.
I would have thought, yeah, it's sort of like they maybe have gone back to watch the original afterwards.
Yeah, yeah,
They probably wouldn't appreciate it as much as I did growing up, because I mean, even before my time, but because it's just because of its effects and all that. It's just, this one's obviously more public, like
it is.
polished, and the quality of stuff now is just mind blowing.
Yeah,
So
no. And again, I just love Mary Poppins. That's
it's great.
But before this turns into a Mary Poppins fan club, let's jump onto the fans' questions. So
Okay.
the first one is from Trevor, and Trevor has asked, if you forget a line on stage, what do you do?
Panic,
Oh,
meltdown, and cry.
oh no.
You just have to plow on.
Yeah.
It happened on my first job. I was working in Dubai. It was our last show, and we were doing "Do You Hear the People." I was started singing "Do You Hear the People Sing." We did like a medley of stuff,
Mhm.
and I was like, I forgot the words. I sang the first two verses, which are the same rhythm, just different words.
Yeah.
I forgot. I just didn't. My brain just went, and I didn't make words. I made sounds.
All right.
Mate Derek, who was standing, he just sung "Bring Him Home," just would turn around slowly to me and would just look at me like, and I just went. So I was like, "Do you hear the people sing, honey, when tomorrow comes?"
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Sounds about right to me.
So you just have to keep going and forget it ever happens.
No,
So
absolutely.
it happens. You move on. You get on with it.
Hmm.
You know it. You're only human at the end of the day. Even when it happens when you forget dance moves and stuff, your brain just goes and it feels like an hour, and it's literally 2 seconds.
Yeah.
There's a few people that would go in the audience go, "Oh,
Why has he stopped?
that sounded weird. Oh well," and then some people would go. So they know the show, they get it, but a lot of people
Yeah.
wouldn't even know. But for you, it's like the worst thing in the world.
The
But
worst
it's
feeling
really
ever.
not.
Absolutely.
It tells a good story.
It
So
does. And
there's
the
some good
memories,
there's
you've
a
got to have
lot
times when things go wrong.
of times when people dry. It's brilliant.
It's quite amusing, especially to watch. I mean, in
Yeah,
the moment you would hate it, but to watch, it's
I don't hate it when it doesn't happen to me.
oh yeah, no, when it's someone else,
It's
I'm
hilarious.
fine. When it's me, I'm like,
Yeah, of course. But you can't. It's people go, "Hey," and you go, happen.
fair enough,
Yeah,
happens, it happens.
exactly.
Yeah. The next question is from Chloe, and Chloe asks, what difference is there in performing on stage as opposed to on screen?
The money's different, the hours are different. So
Never
there's
it.
not much different, to be fair, other than there's a lot of well, I mean, there's a lot of differences, but there's a lot of waiting around for film.
Mhm.
So, like with Cinderella, we were called in for 4 a.m. to get into hair and makeup, have breakfast, and get into costume.
Mhm.
I think we weren't used till 3 p.m. that day. Yeah, just sat around waiting, and then we shot until 8. We were meant to finish at 6, so we got extra payments and stuff like that. So
All right.
because we still had to be back in at 4, and it was within 10 hours, all this dawn payments and stuff. So the days can be long and they can be short, and they can be like the turnover can be quite short. Whereas theatre is pretty much 10 till 6 rehearsals. Teching is 10 till 10.
Mhm.
This work is 4 hours, 8 hours a day. Once the show's open. So it becomes you get quite set in that routine. Whereas film can be, oh, today we're not going to shoot today. We're not going to shoot tomorrow, but we'll shoot Saturday. And you may have a day off here, or you may have, oh, we need to run over. Can you free up these days? You have to be quite flexible with filming. So
Yeah.
the days can get quite long and tedious. You could be standing around for 4 hours, just like with the Cats film. I didn't have much to do in the ball. I was
Yeah.
pretty my ladder the whole time.
All right.
And you could be dancing full out for 30 seconds, and they go, cool, we're going to do that again. An hour later, you may do it again.
Get back on the ladder.
Yeah, so it was quite easy for me to jump to my ladder. So
There you go. Awesome. So the next question is from Evie, and Evie asked, which show did you find the most physically challenging?
um Cats is pretty physically challenging,
Yeah.
just because of the ball, and you're always moving. Your body doesn't rest, so even if you're still, you are still like moving through your body, being very feline. And then you stop, like the beginning of Act 2. You completely stop for ages. You're sat there listening to Gus go on and on, and you're cold as well because your costume's soaked through.
Yeah.
So you're sat there just freezing, just trying to like keep yourself going and keep yourself from falling asleep because you're like so tired, and then you get comfortable. And you're like no focus.
No.
So yeah, it's that was pretty physically difficult. But Hamilton was a beast just because of mentally you had to think about especially being a swing, think about so many different things.
Absolutely.
Then Barnum, you had all the physical elements. So they're all very different
Yeah.
in their own way, to be honest.
Yeah. So next question is from Brooke, and Brooke has asked, if you've got one, what is your dream role?
I see. I really want to concentrate just on acting stuff now. So I
Yeah.
don't really know, like, because I don't mind what I do as long as I do it, and I'm happy doing it.
A
I
good way to
don't.
be.
Yeah, I just want to just keep working, to be honest. But I've always loved it. That when they say never meet your heroes, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite shows is Footloose, just because I've seen it, got so much respect for it. I've never done it.
Mhm.
So I probably would like to play. Ren would be the dream, but I haven't got the voice to do it. But maybe I could potentially do a character part like Willard or something. Polish up, maybe rehearse my vocals a little bit more. But like that would probably be for musical theatre wise. If
Yeah.
not, actually, the lead guy that Daniel Radcliffe played in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. That'd be the role that I'd like to do. I spoke to Rob Ashford about it, and I said, when's it coming over? Because he got me tickets when I went to see it on Broadway. And he said, when Daniel's available. So Daniel's not available, is he? He's clearly not available, and he's too old. He's probably too old now to do it. And I'm like, come on, man.
Just be like, I'll take you just put yourself.
I'll do it.
I love that. Thanks.
Yeah.
And the last fan's question is from Emily, and Emily's asked, what was your favorite thing about Hamilton?
Just the. I mean, one, to say I've done it, but two, like, it's just a completely different beast within the world. So it affects a lot of people in different ways that theatre hasn't really done in a musical before. Of like on a sort of a social level as well, like just the fan base, the following, the support. It was just mental. It's like you come out the door and you're like at a concert. Like usually you come out and you see like 4 people that come every Thursday, and who are really lovely. You say hello and you get to know people, but it was hundreds of people every night, just different.
Wow.
Like it was just bonkers.
Incredible. That is.
Yeah.
Great. So one of the last things we're going to do is a quiz, and here you go. You've been dreading this one, I know. It's your quiz on how well you know Hamilton. Now, the first question is difficult.
I just want to say a disclaimer: not very well. When I finish a job, that job leaves me.
It's gone.
Unless some of the routines when I teach them for workshops.
Well, I don't think they're going to help you in the quiz, but hopefully, the first question's difficult, but don't get disheartened because the rest of them are all right. So the first question is, how many tracks are in the original Broadway cast recording, as in the CD? How many songs are on there?
So it's either 47 or 49.
You were very close with the first one.
So it's 46 then?
Yeah.
Because it's 47A, which has replaced another one, and they took one out. That's right. Yeah. There is our 49. Yeah, because I know it's 47 because I always say there was 47 tracks that we had to do, but it goes 1, 3. There's no 2 or something like that.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. But technically, in the CD, there isn't the extra little bit of interlude of whoa, scene change. That's not in the music.
That's not
so
in
there's the extra one. The 47.
That's your 47th song. Okay.
Yeah. So go right.
Then 2 is a finish the lyric. And the lyric I'm giving you is, your favorite older sister, Angelica, reminds you.
Say it again.
Your favorite older sister, Angelica, reminds you.
Is it from Satisfied? Is it because obviously there's so many different?
I feel like it's from Non-Stop.
I don't know. That's gone.
Your favorite older sister, Angelica, reminds you there's someone in your corner all the way across the sea. Take a break.
Take a break. Yeah.
Even I don't know my own quiz.
Was never in that one, so
In that song. No, not many people were.
In the office, or I'd be in the quick change. So
this one might be easier. Who played Aaron Burr in the original Broadway cast? Come on.
Don't know names. Rubbish with names. Yeah, no, mate. Sorry. I
Leslie
was literally talking about this guy today.
Were you?
Yeah, talking about him today.
The legendary Leslie Odom Jr.
That's it.
I should have asked you who played Hamilton, and you would have got that one right.
Yeah, exactly. My wife would know that, but the thing with me, unless I work with them or I'm a big fan, I'm rubbish with names.
Yeah.
So good with faces, rubbish with names.
Well, which roles double up in the show? So you know,
John Lawrence, John Lawrence and Philip Hamilton.
Yeah.
Laugh Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Mulligan Madison.
Yeah, and
well, Seabury and the Doctor. There's that one.
Oh, I was thinking one that you potentially went up close with, as in potentially partnered with one of them.
Oh, with Peggy and Mariah.
There you go. Oh, you've got more. That's an extra point, I would say.
Yeah, because Seabury and the Doctor. Well, then you've got Charles Lee, who played John Adams as well.
So. See, look at you. See, you've redeemed yourself now. And the very last question, and it is not quite what you mentioned earlier. There is another. Which song is not in the cast recording? It's a little. You won't have been in it.
Is it the little interlude of after My Shot? Is it that?
Not that one. It's something to do with Hamilton's there, Eliza's there, and there's someone else there. It's quite emotional, actually.
Doctor.
No. It's a very sad moment in the show. But someone's died.
Yeah.
For the first time. The performer's died for the first time.
Is that not in it?
No.
Is it not?
No, the Lawrence interlude is not there.
Oh.
Don't know why. We need that. That's really sad.
It's how many times I've listened to it.
Fair though, you've got the other interlude, so I can give you a point for that if you want.
The other interlude that's not in there, because I've tried to listen to that when I was rehearsing, and I was like, with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And also I need to rehearse the Philip Hamilton one.
No.
So it was like I had to do it off my own recordings because it didn't exist.
Well, I'll say you got 3 out of 5 there from the extra points you picked up. So the last few things. Firstly, I want to sort of say, as much as we're having like a nice little chat, there's also going to be a donation link to Acting for Others below. If anybody who's watched wants to donate, because it is such a good cause and it's really helpful at a time like this when there's nothing going on. Actors really need the support. So that is one priority. Another thing, socials and subscribe, they'll all be linked down there too. So get on them because you'll find out who's up next. Boom, boom, boom. And finally, thank you so much for joining me. It has been so great to get an insight into your career and what you've done.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been good fun.
No, thank you so much. And thanks for watching. And we will see you in the next one.
Ta-ra!